Hello Lolas. welcome back to my channel, guys. I am here with Brooklyn. You guys may or may not remember Brooklyn. Brooklyn is, ooh, what kid is she? 7 month June asleep by from Bountiful Baby. Oh my gosh, like I almost forgot, like what because I don't, as you guys know, I don't paint a lot of Reborns, and so I'm not as familiar with the sculpt names. I did buy a couple of them before I decided that I need to really stop buying kits that I'm not gonna have time to paint anytime soon. But if you guys followed back when I first introduced her, another artist, fellow artist, recommended that I get this kit, and I did, and I end up like really loving it. So you know who you are if you're watching. Thank you. Yeah, so that is a thing, you know, like a lot of people be like, oh, she's copying so and so painted this. Sometimes, you know, artists talk and they're like, you should paint this one, da 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 type thing. I think I kind of wanted her to paint it. Oh, but she's always like, you can do it, you can do a good job all by yourself. And I'm like, no, I want you to do it. Oh gosh. Anyway, so basically, I don't have a whole lot to say. I just haven't, you know, popped in a while, and I just wanted to, you know, pop in, show her. I actually was in the process of trying to get her changed, so I took her out of her sleeper that she's been wearing for months now. And I was thinking, like, what am I going to do to her hair and stuff, but I had forgot she had on her little undershirt under her sleeper, and I was just like, oh, she just looks so cute. So I still haven't really shopped specifically for her. Certain babies, I feel like, I don't know if you guys do this, but certain babies, I feel like they need their own like kind of wardrobe, because maybe they're a different size than the rest of your babies. Maybe they have a different build. Like for me, with the June sculpt, I am not in love with the arms. I'm not in love with none of the Reborn arms, because they always go like rounded type thing. But this one, because I had a custom body put on her, she doesn't look bad as some that I've seen on bodies. And also, I think the trick with it, which, you know, the other artists also let me know, is you know, put them on a bigger body. So she's on a bigger body, so she's a big girl. She's, you know, 7 months. No, she's probably like 10 months. So I advanced her a little bit, because she is huge. She is actually as big as the Mealy sculpt, as well as long, and she's fatter in her like her limbs, but she is probably as long as, almost as long or as long as Taraji and Joey. So definitely Joey, because Joey's body is shortened from the custom body that he has on. But yeah, she's almost like Taraji's length. Just goes to show you that depending on how the proportions of the baby is, can make them look younger or older or taller or longer. Because, you know, I always tell people this is the most funniest thing. So the Gabigail Asleep vinyl, not the silicone, because the silicone is bigger. Silicone keeps more of the natural form and natural size, I think, and the vinyl tends to shrink down. So the vinyl Gabigails is smaller than the silicone Gabigails. So the vinyl is 22 inches, I think, 22 inches of the Gabigail. And Gabby, did you go out? You need to go out, I think. Sorry. Love you too. Hey baby, we got to multitask. I don't have but a short window to get this in. But anyway, what I was saying, my point was, is what's funny is the Gabigail is 22 inches, the vinyl, and Willow is like 22 inches. So I have done a video way back some time ago, and I put them side by side. They're actually the same length. They're pretty much the same length. It's so weird. Depending on what cloth body you have them on, of course. But with the cloth body that came with them, they were like around the same length. But Willow is very much baby versus Gabigail is very much older, you know, than the Willow, but not that much older. But we see the Gabigails, you know, with hair, you know, to their shoulders and stuff like that, like toddlers. But that's what the community do, and I've realized that, you know, a lot of people just like hair, and they want a mini toddler, and that's you know, their prerogative. Not judging there, not anymore anyway. But so I was just showing just the size and the way that the baby's proportion and the sculpt. I've seen, you know, very newborn babies, like freshly born bodies, like with full bodies, and the face looks so much older. Like it looks like the face looked very mature. So when artists as sculptors are putting together a sculpt, it takes a lot, because not only do they have to get the proportions right as far as size right, but even the facial expressions and the style of which they sculpt and all that stuff like matters. And then same with the artists. I feel like artists can be, I've seen some amazing artists work that painting is amazing, the rooting is amazing, their attention to detail is amazing. However, sometimes they don't put that all together well. Like you'll see like this newborn with this, you know, Aunt Louise hairstyle, you know what I mean, from 1962, and it makes the baby, it aged the baby. Or you'll see, you know, this very newborn paint style, this amazing paint style, but on a much bigger baby that wouldn't have all that going on at that point. You know what I mean? Like a toddler wouldn't look the same as a newborn, a fresh newborn. There's not going to be those fresh birth bruises, you know, war wounds from coming out. So it's I think it's a lot, you know, it takes a lot of creativity, a lot of thought process that goes into, you know, making and painting these dolls. So anyway, well, why is my light blinking? Okay, that's weird. But anyway, so anyway, that wasn't even what I came to talk about. To be honest, I came to tell you guys that I realized lately how much I pick up Brooklyn over all my other dolls. That's what I came to tell you guys, like for real. I was gonna ask you guys, like, do you have like babies that you gravitate towards as far as the one that you will pick up more than others? If you're a person that pick up your dolls, I know I get some of you guys just don't touch your dolls, you know, I understand that. I shouldn't do that. That's kind of like judging, ain't it? It is, but you know, we all do it. But I realized I cannot get over it, because I'm like, she is a big baby. This is a big baby. Like she is a like pretty much toddler size. Definitely for this community, she's considered a toddler. And I pick her up more than I pick up the babies. I think it's all in the way that I weighted her. And trust me, it wasn't, only thing I was trying to make sure I did was that I ensured that she would be able to sit up even though she's sleeping. I wanted her to be able to sit up unassisted. So that was my main thing. Like I didn't want to overweight her body, like this part, and I wanted her to have a fat tummy. So like you can see her little tummy pushes out. And that was all I was trying to do. But because she's sleeping, I wanted her head to kind of still fall in so she can, you know, look like she's falling asleep, of course. And so, but it just turned out that she just ended up being weighted so well. And So she just feels like a cuddly, not a teddy bear, because she's not just fluffy. She has weight to her, and she just feels like the flow of a real baby. And it's just, it's crazy. I'm like so in love with her. And another thing is, like, if I'm having a high stress day or a day with a lot of anxiety going on with me, I notice that if I come in the nursery, if I pick her up and just, it's almost like I just pick her up and want to just like squeeze and get a hug. And I know this is a doll and I know she's not real, but you guys, some of you might can relate. It's like it released some type of, I don't know, it released some of the stresses. Like, I guess like people do squeeze balls, like, and it's a shame to compare the doll to a squeeze ball, but you know how people do the stress balls? I don't know, it's like the weight and the heaviness, and the way that she feels, it kind of just, it's like, I don't know, it just, it's a calming, it's like soothing. So anyway, I enjoy my dolls, and you know, I am 45 years old and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, you know, people, you know, looking at me like I'm crazy and why is she holding that doll like that and why is she this and why is she that. I'm okay with that. You know, even if I wasn't holding this doll and I wasn't into dolls, it would be something else that people would think I was crazy about anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so she's the one that I love to hold. Gigi is my baby that I love to dress. I actually got up and put her on a onesie this morning. I was actually going through my drawers and I saw this onesie and I instantly was like, oh, Gigi would be so cute in this color. So I put her on a thing. She's a baby that, one of my full bodies that I absolutely love dressing all the time. And that's crazy. Because it's normally not my thing, and I like putting her on like shoes and stuff like that, and that's something I don't normally do. I bought that little girl some Uggs or whatever, just because I just love her in like shoes. And let's see, who else? Nori is another one I like to pick up occasionally, believe it or not, with her being little, because I like the way she flops and she poses. Jonah is definitely a cuddle bug, but you know he's leaving. Yeah, so all my babies are nice to hold because I'm very picky about babies. I think my two posers would be Hudson. Now is definitely on the top of that list with Nori. I have not finished my other babies with their full armatures, but they are definitely posers. Who else? And then my cuddle babies. Of course, cuddle babies pose like so amazing. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, I just thought I would share. I don't never know what I'm gonna do to her hair. I'm sorry. I'm looking out the window and keeping an eye on my Gabby. But yeah, so I just kind of like her wearing her little fro, and it feels so good because the hair is actually, it's so much like real 4C hair, because it looks like it might be like coarse or rough, but it's very soft. So just kind of like Joey's hair. Joey's hair is really soft, even though it might look like it has more harder. I do think I need to oil it a little bit though, because this is human hair. So I'm going to put a little bit of, you know, oil or conditioner in it or something, just because it is a little dry. It doesn't look dry, it looks natural, but I feel that it's, you know, pretty dry, and I don't want it to get brittle or anything. So occasionally I will, and it's just a pea size I'll put in there, just to maintain the human hair, because this is human hair. She does have some mohair in the front, but mostly human hair. So anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm just rambling and talking. I'm super excited for upcoming projects. I will be sharing them as they, you know, get here. I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't know who's gonna come before who. I thought one prototype was going to be here before the other one, but I think that's going to be reversed now. And yeah, and I don't know until I get them in my arms and, you know, get to really review them with you guys, what I think, and be able to give a full disclosure. I'm you know, following along with pictures, and, you know, I get to be in the loop a little bit because I am doing prototypes, but I don't like to give prejudgment ahead of time, other than the fact that I'm excited about them, and I think they're going to be amazing to paint, but I won't know, which is why I'm so happy that I got to see my Emmy, because I got to see her face and stuff and really, you know, get an idea, and I'm really, really excited about her when she gets here. So I also have another prototype that I'm excited about that's coming in probably soon, probably definitely before Emmy. Emmy is still being sculpted. And what else? I'm gonna finish rooting Grace. She's halfway done, so I gotta finish rooting Grace, and so I'll do new pictures of her once she's fully rooted. And yeah, like I said, just, you know, I'm trying to basically just show you guys as things roll out, not really give you guys an outline. That way y'all can be surprised. And I probably would be surprised myself, because I don't ever know what I'm gonna do. But anyway, thanks for watching. This has been a very long video, as my videos are going to tend to be a lot more longer because I'm not doing them every day and as often. I did have some videos that I had recorded, but I was kind of embarrassed because you could see my little bald spot at the top of my head, because yeah, it's that's a whole nother subject. But I don't know, stress, I don't know why, but yeah, every time I lean my head down, baby, you can see the little thinning up there. I'm like, ooh, child, honey, baby, no, we not finna upload that. I can tell y'all about it, but I ain't finna show it to y'all. But yeah, so we'll talk to you guys later. That's all I got.